What is up, best ones worldwide? It's the best one, Donnie here, with a special toy hunt video today because we are going to Terrificon. But if you're not a best one yet already, recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications because the grind is real. And today we're going to be looking at, some of the vendors. We're also going to be getting some things signed from AEW superstar Wardlow. And I like to go to Terrificon every year, and I hope you guys enjoy the vlog. So guys, we have arrived here at Terrificon. You already know the first thing we got to do before we check out all these, vendors and stuff. We got to get the things I got in this bag signed from AEW star Wardlow. So let's get it. So we just met Wardlow. Now it's time to check out some of these vendors and see if we can find some any Funko Pops or wrestling figures. So I do see some old Simpson figures. And a bunch of WWE ones. So we got a bunch of Lucy's here. Old Jack Pacifics. I remember these. Eric Rowan. We're always looking at the loose, guys. We are always. Ooh, an elite Kevin Owens. This one is tempting. I'll put that to the side. There's man, the old LJNs, the rubber guys. That was a little before my time. Oh, rubber guy. Old Jericho.
But I mean,
That's exciting. Monsters. We've never seen that before. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm meeting them, but man, I think we're gonna go with these three. Scooby-Doo. So I have these, but I don't have the monsters or the colored Scoobies. Ooh, Freddy slime. That's tempting. That is tempting. Another pop I have never seen either. That Tommy. Might have to. And we ended up finding the Freddy Nickelodeons. So, just got done looking at all the vendors and stuff. I'll see you guys back at the studio to show you guys what I got. We just got back from Terrificon. This was my 3rd year in a row going to this convention at Mohegan Sun. Such a great time, and I got the opportunity to meet AEW star Wardlow, one of my favorite guys in AEW right now. Let me show you what I ended up getting signed. So while I was at Terrificon, I went to a lot of vendors, went to a lot of tables, and I actually did find some pretty cool things that I wasn't expecting to find. And I'm going to show you guys what I ended up getting while I was at Terrificon. So the first vendor I went to was this guy right here. He gave me his business card. Pretty cool. And I ended up, getting a bunch of loose figures from him. And he had some really good deals at his table. And the first one I ended up getting was this old Elite Kevin Owens figure. This is around the time with, Owens. He was a part of SmackDown. This is around the time he was feuding with Shane O'Mac. Sami Zayn, turned heel, joined him. And he had that match against, Daniel Bryan and O'Mac at WrestleMania. And this Kevin Owens is a very cool one. This is, one of his older figures back in the day. It's got, the nice head sculpt here. This is, I believe, before True Effects as well. He's got the nice, old head sculpt. The beard is more trimmed because nowadays he has the beard, longer. He's also got the black, tank top shirt with, the words "Fight Anyone," because of course, fight Owens, fight. And I really like that this isn't a cloth goods shirt. I think that, the rubber is great on the Kevin Owens figures. And I love the details that we got on his older tattoos. His arm isn't as filled as it is now. We also got the wrist tape around, both arms. And we even have the shorts with the K and the O. And this figure just looks great. Such a classic Elite. Kevin Owens, he's always been one of my favorite guys, going all the way back to Ring of Honor. But moving on now to the next figure we ended up getting. I got this for real cheap. We got ourselves a Bone Cruncher here. We got the old school rubber guy. And this one is Bob Holly or Crash Holly. I don't know why. I always get mixed up with these. I do think that this is Crash Holly right here. And right now I currently don't really have that many rubber guys, but I don't know. They just bring me back. These were the very first figures I got into before, the Jack Pacific ones. And I really enjoyed these a lot when I was younger. They're very cool to move around. You can't really pose with them much, but they are, very fun to shake around and, move. So this I thought was pretty cool. And Crash Holly, always one of my favorites in the Attitude Era with that Hardcore Championship. And the last two I ended up getting, which I don't know when I'm going to be displaying these. Hopefully when I get, the whole group. We got two guys from the Nexus. We got, Michael Tarver and Wade Barrett. And we're going to do Wade Barrett first here. Very cool. I remember having these when I was younger. So that also, gave me another good reason to get this. And yeah, man, this is a classic right here. Wade Barrett. This was, NXT Season 1. The Nexus, they took over WWE around 2010. So with this Wade Barrett, I love the younger head sculpt here. Looks great. I do like the hair. I do like, more of the serious face on him. Looking good. And then also on the arms, we have, the tattoo. And we even have the Nexus band on his arm, which looks great. I love that band when I was a kid. I still have it to this day in my studio hung up. Looking great. And with this Wade Barrett, we have, the black trunks with, the green flower on the front. And then on the back, we have, the petals of the green flower there, looking good. And I miss when, like, the basics were like this. Like, they were actually, like, you can shake them. You can actually move the legs. They're not, like, as stiff as they are now. The basics nowadays, they're pretty much soldiers. But at least we're getting new articulation. We're getting new basics. I'm excited to see how these new ones, are with posing and playing around with. But yeah, we got the Wade Barrett here, which looks pretty cool. And the last one we got that's loose, we got Michael Tarver from, Nexus, the original group there, and he was a part of Season 1 NXT The Game Show, and he never really did anything after, the Nexus group. And with this Michael Tarver, I really do like the serious face on him. Looks great. He's just got that pissed off look like he always did. And we also got, the Nexus band on his arm with the white, wrist tape, looking good. And we even have, the black, the white, and the green gear with the T on the back. And just a, typical basic here. But my goal, I do want to get all the original members of Nexus. I would love to have all of them and find a spot to pose them around. But I think we are 2 for 7 now, so we do still have a lot of ways to go. But for the price, I couldn't say no. And the last figure I got from Noise Toys was this really cool Defining Moments Ric Flair. And this one I got for a really good price. I was very surprised by that. And I do have his other Defining Moments figure as well, with, his last WrestleMania match. That was against Shawn Michaels at 24 with the blue robe. We even have that signed, which is cool. But man, this is such a cool moment here. And I remember this is, I believe, the 1992 Royal Rumble, this Ric Flair here, which is very cool. And Defining Moments, they're always my favorite packaging when it comes to the Mattel figures. I love the details of this. We have, Ric Flair's name at the top with the initials on the side there. We also get the World Heavyweight Championship because, of course, the Nature Boy 16 times. Woo! And we got, this awesome black and white robe on him, looking fantastic. He's also got the long hair as well, looking good. And on the box, we have the nice Defining Moments logo. And on the side here, we have a picture of Ric Flair, one of his promo pics back in the day. And then on the back, we have this awesome description of, Ric Flair talking about his, career. And I don't know, these Defining Moment figures are so good. And my goal is to try to get, as many of them as I can, mint on card, and hopefully get them signed someday. But this one I'm probably not going to be able to get signed because Ric Flair doesn't really come around my area much, and I've already met him a few times. So I am pretty satisfied. I found another table that had this, really cool bin full of, wrestling figures, and I found some really nice ones for a very good price. And some of them are basics. We got our first one, first time in the line, Renee Young figure, looking great. She was always one of my favorite, WWE personnels, interviewers. I loved her work. And this one we are going to let breathe. All right, here we go. We got our basic Renee Young here. First time in the line. And we all know she is not going back to WWE as long as Jon Moxley is still bleeding in AEW. But here it is. We got the Renee Young basic here. And I gotta say, for a first time in the line, this is a great figure here. I love, the smiling expression on her face. She always had that when, she would interview guys and girls. I also really do like, the clothing choices we got here. We got the black top with, like the tan, skirt, looking great. And I do like the heels that we also get with Renee as well. This is definitely a solid basic figure. And I don't know how they got lost in the shuffle with, you know, these soldier ones, because these were actually really good. Like, you see, you're able to move them around. Like, the legs, they're not stiff. Like, you can actually bend the knees and stuff, which is good. You can't really pose them as much as an elite, but yeah. Very happy about that, Renee. But another one I ended up getting was Lana. And I was a big fan of Lana around this time when, you know, she was managing Rusev. And I think, you know, with my Rusev, I have the NXT one when he debuted, and I also have another one during his United States Championship run back in 2015 that I really enjoyed. And I just had, like, it just felt weird not having him with Lana, so I took him off my shelf. But now with this Lana, we're going to have to put her right beside him and get the flag with Rusev sometime. We're going to let her breathe here, and man, I gotta say, this is a great, solid figure. Like, you actually, they have articulation on here better than, like, these other ones. What happened? Like, somebody has to comment and tell me what happened. But with this Lana, damn, look at that. Great figure. Great figure. But with this Lana here, we have, you know, her hair up in the bun there. We also have this really nice suit skirt looking great. We got the blue looking good on this figure. And, of course, we got the heels as well. And this one's definitely going to look great on the shelf with Rusev. This is the Lana I really like. And when it comes to WWE figures, I try to go after the ones I like. It has to be the era of the wrestler I like. Like, this was my favorite Lana. Not when she wrestled. Our last figure we got at this table is another women's wrestler, and that is Sasha Banks. Mercedes Moné, my favorite women's wrestler of all time. She's definitely up there. My favorite definitely out of the 4 horsewomen. And I gotta say, I love this packaging here. We have the nice, you know, rectangle box here with the WrestleMania logo on the side with the True Effects. And we got Sasha looking great with, you know, the podium for the title and the Raw Women's title with the Elite Collection logo on the front. And then over on the back, we have a picture of her smiling. This was, you know, during her WrestleMania match. Looking great. And I'm gonna miss these windows. I really am. I know that they're doing it to save the environment, which is good. But, you know, getting these signed is going to be a lot tougher, starting with Elite 105s. So, getting some of these old ones in packages might be a must, because the nostalgia, man. It's all about the nostalgia here on the channel. But Sasha, she is one of my favorites. We already got 2 of her figures. This one here, we are going to let open, and we're going to put it right next to her other 2 figures. Man, I love the inspired Eddie Guerrero gear on this figure here. Looks so good. We got the Raw Women's Championship. We also get this really big podium, which is pretty cool, where you can, you know, put the title. I think that that's a cool accessory with this figure here. But man, I gotta say, this is a great figure of hers. This honestly might be my favorite Sasha Banks figure in the collection so far. But man, I love this Sasha Banks. Is incredible. I do remember this WrestleMania moment. We have, you know, this nice, you know, pinkish red hair on her, looking good. We also got the shades on her, which they're very hard to, you know, take on and off. Nowadays, they updated that. But we also get, you know, the legit boss chain on her, which looks good. And we got this really cool inspired Eddie Guerrero gear of hers. We got the red, we got the gold, we got the blue, looking just fantastic. And I love that, you know, on the back of, you know, the tights here, we have legit boss, looks good. And we even get the Sasha Banks, you know, kick pads as well. This is just a great figure overall, inspired, you know, by Eddie Guerrero, one of her favorites. And just such a great figure all around. Love Sasha Banks. Love her. Best women's wrestler right now, in my opinion. But last but not least, the grail that I ended up getting at Terrificon which this booth has always been there since I started going. This same booth, I ended up getting my Tony the Tiger pop back in the day, which, man, roll that clip. We came across a Funko Pop station, and they have the one pop that I've been trying to buy for the last year. They actually have them. Just grabbed the money from the ATM, and we are copping him. Oh, there it is. Take a look.
I'll put the block out for you. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely doing this. Oh, we found Tony the Tiger! This booth every year has Holy Grail pops, and this year I thought I wasn't going to find a Grail pop that I wanted, but yeah, I was wrong. And this one I was contemplating on getting. I really don't like this whole pop digital thing, but I couldn't say no, because in case you guys don't know, I do collect, Nickelodeon Funko Pops, ad icons, and things that are nostalgia. And Nickelodeon is my favorite collection that I do have in Funko. And what better way to represent that than this pop right here? We got the Freddy Funko with the Nickelodeon blob. And I gotta say, this is such a great pop. I don't like the pop digital things. I don't like the whole card thing, NFTs, all that crap. I don't like that. Just make the pops and just sell them. But I couldn't say no to this. I do love, this pop right here. And with this pop, we have, the very protected case here. I spent an arm and a leg on this here. And we have the Pop Digital logo at the top. We have the Nickelodeon number 26. And it's Freddy covered in slime with the Nickelodeon blob, looking great as always. And we even get the sticker here. The NFT release, 2,000 pieces, so only 2,000 of these were made. And over on the side, we do have, Freddy with the slime, looking good. And then on the back, we have pretty much the picture of the card. If you ended up buying a pack and pulling it, I believe if you pull this, you can trade the NFT or the card in for the actual pop itself. I don't like that. I really don't. I don't like that microtransaction crap. But this pop, I needed. I'm going to put this right up front and center with my other Nickelodeon pops. I always have a good time going to this convention, and now that I'm doing toy hunt videos, it really made me excited going to Terrificon this year, and I hope that we could do this next year as well. But guys, let me know in the comment section below your favorite convention if you do go to them. Which one do you like the most? For me, I've always wanted to go to New York Comic-Con, but my favorite one is the Rhode Island Comic-Con. But let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a best one yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Links down in the description below. You can go follow me on my social medias and other YouTube pages. All that down below. If you're looking for a wrestling podcast to listen to, go listen to the We Are Wrestling podcast. New episodes coming out every Saturday over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. Or if you're on the go like myself, you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. But of course, to all the best ones out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.